My name is Babette Hoogakker. I'm a paleoceanographer, which means I study the past oceans, and I work at the Lyell Center at Heriot-Watt University. I'm also involved with the Micropaleontological Society as the forum group chair. So forums are one kind of microscopic organisms that kind of people like to study to look at what's happening in the oceans.
And talking about micropaleontology, what do you like from it?
Oh, so when you look at microorganisms down a microscope, it's like a whole new world opens, and it really makes you consider that your place in this large world, just going back into that kind of details, and they just look really beautiful. Every time we use a microscope and a picking brush that you can use for painting as well. We use that to kind of pick up foraminifera and to do all sorts of analysis with them on later on. And every time I look at a new sample, it's just like, oh my God, it's just so amazing to be able to do this kind of work. It's just wonderful.
Well, could you tell us a bit about what you do, what you did, and future plans?
Yeah, sure. So we use foraminifera for research, among other things. So there's other branches of paleoceanography that we use as well. So foraminifera, they can inhabit the seafloor, but also the upper ocean. And so after they die, they're empty tests, they can fall to the seafloor. And then, because of where they used to live, they provide us information about that environment, basically. So in the past, I've used foraminifera to create age models and also to reconstruct past climate change. And today we are using foraminifera to reconstruct past oxygen concentrations in the oceans through a project called Fate of Ocean Oxygenation in a Warming World. I'm also using other analysis for that, but foraminifera form a central part of that, basically. And will probably continue for a few more years.
Well, and was there any role model who inspired you?
So yes, I changed careers quite a bit. So I started off as a physical geography student in Utrecht in the Netherlands. And there was one particular teacher who was a geology and sedimentology teacher. And he was very inspiring in the way that he spoke. But he also saw that when people were interested in science, he tried to encourage them to kind of do something with it. And that was one of the few people that really did that, basically. And that really, inspired me to kind of pursue a career in science, to give it a go, basically. So I'm continuously learning and developing myself. And that's by working and collaborating with other scientists from all career stages. So there's been, great scientists that have inspired me by, finding out about their work and all the challenges that they had to do. Like, for example, Alan Thomas, who you've interviewed as well. But I've also, had the privilege to work with Ros Rickaby and Aaron McClymont from Durham. There's people like Peggy Delaney and Mo Ramo. They first started as, female pioneers in paleoceanography, or that kind of made it big, basically. There's loads of other females that have, done PhDs and careers in paleoceanography as well. Yeah. So, but female and male colleagues have inspired me. I can't just from all genders, And another person that has been really great is Andy Ridgewell. He's a very good kind of mentor and things like that. So.
And would you have any message to inspire and empower girls and young women to pursue a career in science?
Yeah, believe it yourself. It really helps, right? And seek out people that you can work with that are actually supportive, that have time to work with you and to help you develop into into your career and on your path. And yeah, look at other female scientists and figure out which ones you aspire to, kind of which you like to be. You can ask female scientists to become mentors as well, right? Which we can have just chats about, what you, we can chat about what your career plans are, and to kind of, get some, maybe not advice, but also just feedback on how to potentially make that happen, basically.
Well, Babette, thank you very much.
You're welcome.